Hey guys, Katie Milder. Welcome to this week's Money Minute. So, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about taking a leap of faith, going after your dreams, doing those things that you want to do in life. And if you have that inkling, if you have that itch that just can't be scratched and it's not going away, then you owe it to yourself to go after those dreams and do it. Now, does this mean that you go in dramatically one day and say to your boss, "I quit," and walk out? Absolutely not. And I would never, ever advise. So, if you are looking at switching careers, trying something new, going after a different job, or starting your own business, whatever it may be, whatever that transition looks like, you need to have what I call a runway fund. A runway fund is very straightforward. First, you have to decide, how long do I think it's going to take me to be back on my feet financially, be back where I was? So if you are leaving a safe, stable, pretty known corporate or government job, and you're, say, taking a leap of faith into real estate, which is exactly what I did, I decided ahead of time, okay, I'm going to give myself 6 months. 6 months to give it everything I have and get this thing going. So the first question you have to ask yourself is, how long am I going to give myself? So in my case, it was 6 months. This was many years ago. So I decided I need 6 months worth of expenses separate from my emergency savings in an account, ready to go. Okay, so how do you calculate how much that actually is? This is where having a rock solid dynamic budget is so incredibly important. When you have a great budget and you're really, really dialed in on how much you're spending, you very, very quickly know how much cash you're putting out every month. Okay, so the very first step, number one, decide how much runway you're going to give yourself. Decide how much time you're going to give. Okay, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year. Quite frankly, the longer you can go, the better. Step two, assess. Look at your budget. If you don't have a budget, click below for more information on how to build what I call the dynamic budget. Once your dynamic budget is built, you'll know exactly how much you need to save. You take that amount, times it by whatever the length of time is, and there you go. So just as a quick example, let's say that your monthly expenses are $3,000 a month, and that's all in. That's your rent, that's your utilities, that's going out to eat, although maybe you should dial that back a little bit, but it's all of those expenses added up if it's $3,000, okay? And then let's say you've given yourself a 6 month window. You said, I'm going to give this my full on effort for 6 months. $3,000 times 6 months is what? 18 grand. Ideally, your runway fund will have 18 grand in it before you take your leave. Okay. Now, does this take time to build up? Absolutely, it does. When I decided many years ago to make the leap from my stable job to real estate, I planned that move for about 9-10 months. It took a long time and it was very, very strategic. And you know what? It was a seamless transition and it all worked out. And I knew then I could go into this new job, new career path, and focus all of my attention on building that business because the money was in the bank. I knew that my rent was going to be paid. I knew that I wouldn't go hungry. I knew that I didn't have any debt and everything would be fine. So that's all a runway fund is. If you want to pursue a goal, you have to build that. That is an essential. Don't dramatically quit your job. Build a savings plan, reach that savings plan, and then you can take your leap with all the confidence in the world that your new venture will work. I hope that you are loving what I'm putting out. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or if you took a giant leap of faith. Did you have a runway fund? What did you do to plan for that big life transition? Tell me in the comments below. I'm always reading. I'm always listening. Until then, have a great weekend. Talk to you later.